So you passed another prop firm challenge, or you just blew another account again, or maybe you're stuck going through evaluations. In this video, I'm going to go over the three prop firm traps keeping you broke, even if you've been funded before, and why you're going and finding it so hard to actually get payouts. Now, this is not just coming from theory. I've created over 400 prop firm accounts before I finally found a winning formula, not only to get funded, but to also get paid out. So here's a screenshot of me getting paid out here. There's several of these. And then also my students getting payouts, $40,000 payouts, $5,000 payouts, $8,000 payouts, and so on and so forth. And just to let you know, the shortest I was able to get a student from zero to payout is in 28 days, from literally beginner to payout. So if you want the step by step, you need to listen to these three traps. And number three, especially, is what's keeping you on that hamster wheel. Okay, so here we go. So here's the thing. The first thing you need to realize is that prop firms are an actual business. What does that mean? Since they're not a nonprofit, they are actually there to make money. So in order for you to win and actually be one of the 7% that actually pass a prop firm challenge and the 2% that actually get payouts, you have to follow certain rules. You see, you're believing three main things that's keeping you down. Here's the first myth, that I'm just a good trader, I just need capital to make money. The reason why this is screwing you up is that if indeed you are a good trader, trading prop firms will mess you up because the risk to reward ratio, the trailing drawdowns, and all the rules are actually not meant for great traders. What do I mean by that? Most great traders that I see right now have somewhere around a 50% or less winning percentage. But yet, because they're making two, three, four, 5x their profits, it makes them profitable. But the way the prop firm system is set up, your skill of being profitable with risk management is actually going to hurt you because of trailing drawdown. Okay? Trailing drawdown is the enemy of your success. So if you were doing good in demo trading, or you were even making good money like me doing real money, but when I went to prop firms to scale, I was having difficulty, is because they operate under two different rules. Okay? The skill of trading needs to be adjusted for the prop firm environment and market dynamics. What do I mean by that? When you're trading prop firms, you're going to have the most success if you become a trend and directional trader. Okay? So if you're somebody who usually likes going counter trend, which means when the market is going up, you like to take it down or catch a falling knife or catch the reversal on a rager, you're going to have more of a difficult time scaling. Why? Because a lot of counter trend trading usually have lower percentage rates. And I had to learn that. I was a counter trend trader in with real money. But when I went to prop firms, I was finding that I was blowing accounts, not because my risk management was really bad, but because of two reasons. Number one, okay, I was counter trending. Okay, so my winning percentage was lower. Number two, okay, trailing drawdown didn't give me enough time to wait in the trade to actually see the trade work out. So I had to flip that on his head and become a trend trader. When I would then trade with the trend, I would then make profits easier and be able to control my risk. Okay. The second reason why you're having trouble with prop firms is strategy. See, the second myth that traders believe with prop firms is, if I have a winning strategy, I should be able to pass prop firms. That is not necessarily true, because with prop firms, when you're using real money or any other account, everybody always tells you, every guru out there, you want to have at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, which means you risk $1, you make $2. Or for every dollar you risk, you make $3. Or for every $100 you risk, you make $300. That is not going to cut it with prop firms, okay? The most winning strategy comes with one to ones. Okay. You want to have a 1 to 1 risk to reward ratio, because if you stay in any longer than that, even though the move can go your way, what's going to happen is trailing drawdown is going to get you. Why? Because the market doesn't just move up. So I'll give you an example. Let's say the market is in an upward trend like this, okay? You get in long over here because you think the market's going to go up, okay? You make $300 here, but it comes down. Now you're only up 100. Now it goes back up. Now you're up 450. Even though you're up 450 in cash, technically, your trailing drawdown just decreased by $300. Why? Because trailing drawdown punishes you for every profit you do not maximize. So if your one is up to $450 and you took profit at 200 or 250, that $250 difference in the profit you could have made actually counts against you in your account balance. When in real life, in real money, it's not the same way. So the ability with real money to wait on trades and ride the ups and downs and trends, while it works good with real trading, when it comes to prop firm, the myth in your strategy is what's holding you back. Okay. So your setups have to be good, but not only do they have to be good, you have to take profits faster. So what does that mean? If I get into a trade, and what does that mean for your losses? So if I get into a trade and I usually know 1 to 1, I'm going to make 300. Okay. I'm only going to risk $200 per trade. And it has to be a hard rule. No matter what happens, if you lose $200 that day, you're done for no matter what reason. And the reason why I said this is, and I'll say this in the next session when we talk about scaling, a lot of you believe that the larger accounts are actually the best accounts. That is absolutely false. The platform game is a game of winning percentage and consistency. So if it's a game of determining how many days in a row can you be right and how long can you be consistent while still having some sort of risk management in place, you don't want to get an account that's 250,000 where you have to make 15K in profits to be profitable, okay, or to get a payout. Though in your mind you think, oh, I have a whole 15K, I can't mess that up. What you actually don't realize that you are actually creating and waging psychological warfare on yourself. I would tell you from experience, you want to get an account, and I recommend Take Profit Trader. It's as close to real money as possible, where the goal is very little and easy to hit. For example, on a 25K account on Take Profit Trader, and I'm gonna put the link below for you to sign up for Take Profit Trader. It is my affiliate link. If you use it, great. If you don't, it, it doesn't really matter to me. But I would love the support. But if you have the 25K account on Take Profit Trader, if you make $1,500, you're funded, and you make another 1,500, you're getting a payout. Versus in other places like Apex or other prop firms, you have to make $3,000 just to get out of demo. No, 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 don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. Specifically with the strategy that works well with prop firms, okay? Again, this is what's making you blow accounts. You get so close and then you blow it. Or you pass demo. When you get into funded, you mess it up. It's because you're not having enough winning consistent days in a row and you're trying to go for 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk to reward trades. That is not going to help you with prop firms. I am telling you that from experience. Number two, if you can possible, choose a static account. Trust me on this, okay? Most of these static accounts don't have trailing drawdowns, and it takes some of this pressure off of your head. So, for example, Apex has a 100K static account, okay? The stop loss is $650. The profit target is 2K. Now, while that might seem little, it actually gives you the best chance of success. Why? Because if you have one trade that goes your way, you don't have to worry about trailing drawdown. And there goes to my main point. You have to scale down. I tell my students all the time, you have to go slow to go fast. You're trying to rush a process through prop firms without learning the skill and foundation. A lot of traders try to go from skill, strategy to scaling. No, you have to learn the skill and build the skill first with small size to control your emotions, okay, and to be profitable. Then you can scale to having 3, 5, 10, 15 accounts. I don't recommend you go and buy 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 accounts in the beginning. First, pass one. Take the time it takes you to be profitable. And then after that, you can start to scale. Okay. And if you want to learn more about this, you can actually shoot me a DM. I can um, send you guys a training, or you guys can book a call with me to work with me one on one to kind of get you up to par and help you scaling. So it's not a mentorship. It's literally one on one, me answering questions, helping you figure out what you're doing wrong in your trading. Okay. So that being said, strategy, one to one risk to reward with literally a half a point stop. So if every time I'm going for $300, I'm risking 150 to 200 every time, max. Okay. And I don't wait for pullbacks. Okay. Pullbacks are going to hurt you in a trailing drawdown account. That's why I said if you want to wait longer, go and buy a static account. So Apex has a 100K static account. All the other ones that I recommend, TPT, 25K account by far. Okay. Now I was already talking about it. The risk to reward and the strategy for prop firms, you have to use one to one. Now, comes to scaling, okay? My mentor used to say this to me. He said, Josh, you're trying to scale dog poop, okay? A lot of people love the word scaling, but the word scale means to take something that you've actually perfected or created predictability around and multiply it. If you haven't created predictability around a trading system, you have no business trying to multiply it. That is guessing. That is gambling. That is how the prop firm wins. So I usually tell my students, okay, get one account, pass it, get a payout, then scale multiple. I have a student who did that. He got to 20 accounts on Apex. Boom, he got a 40K payout. But first, he learned the skill and the foundational benefits. I have another student. She got 5 accounts with Apex. This one right here. Okay, blessed. She's got 5 accounts. She passed it within 28 days, got a payout. 5K on 5 accounts. Okay. So scale only after you found consistency. Number two, I started talking about this already. Stop going for the bigger account sizes. I don't know why all the gurus say that. That's like deciding, do you want to run 1 mile or 50 miles to get to your goal? Well, if I run 50 miles, it's going to show I have more stamina. No, that's dumb. Run 1 mile. Make your goal very short. Scale down your size and make the goal shorter. Why? Because you hit funded accounts and funded statuses very, very quickly, and that you have a higher probability of getting a payout. This is a secret sauce, guys. I'm telling you, I have another student, lady, I'm not going to disclose her name because she doesn't want to disclose. She did this and she was able to get 30K in payouts with Take Profit Trader doing this exact same method. Get the lower accounts, guys. Scale down and scale that. And then number three, multiple profiles. Some platforms allow this, some platforms don't allow this. Okay. For those who allow it, if you have a family member, okay, and you yourself, you're trading, and your family member is trading, once you've gotten a payout on yours, ask them, can you trade their profile for them? And then you just give them a percentage of the profits. Okay. That's called horizontal scaling. Okay. So if you have a lot of smaller size accounts, all getting payouts over 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 accounts, you can do the math. If you're making 1K per account, you can literally go to making 10 to 40K a day following these rules. Okay. So if you want to beat the profit, this is how you can do it. But you're going to come to the decision that I came to a while back while doing this. It's just better to use your own cash. Okay. I've just learned that. And with Tradeovate, you can actually have multiple accounts with your own cash. So you have the same scaling ability you have with prop firms, but with your own cash. And you can start small. Open 2 accounts, $1,000 each, and scale them. If you make $50 per account, that's $100 a day on 2 accounts. And you build your discipline, you build your skill, your strategy, your scaling. Over time, you're going to hit 5-figure months very, very easily. That's my advice as somebody who's done both, got profit from payouts and used real money. I just don't like dealing with all the rules. But if you want to learn how to pass profits and get payouts, I got you on that too. This is exactly how you do it. It's something I learned after blowing 400 to 500 accounts and finally getting payouts on a regular basis, and my students as well. So if you enjoyed this, drop a comment below. Let me know, are you team prop firm or are you team real money? Okay, and one thing that I've noticed, I studied the GOATs. All the GOATs in the industry, most of them that you look up to, a lot of them are using real money. Okay, that's called a clue. But I digress. You can make money with prop firms. There's no problem with them. You just have to make sure you use the rules to your advantage. That being said, I'll catch you on the next video. Josh out.